Hey guys, it's me, Eric Newman, here with StroodleDoodle. So we've come a long way since the last video that I put out. A lot of work has gone into the UI and the UX, and even more has gone into the tools. So today I'm going to be trying to give a complete walkthrough of all the features. So with that said, here we go. Or should I say, here we go. That was a little clue about what I'm going to be making today. So the first thing to see in StroodleDoodle is, of course, you have your canvas panel and your cursor hand. So this hand is mostly used for maneuvering around the canvas panel. The cursor hand is contextual, so I can use it, for example, to draw a shape right here on the canvas panel. If I don't like that shape, I can click on this button right here to clear the panel. So let me try that again. I'm going to draw something a little bit different. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, the next thing in StroodleDoodle that you can do is you can adjust the depth. So hopefully you guys can see this here. I am sliding this slider up and down to adjust the depth. Now, that's just about what I want right there. That's actually maybe even a little bit too big. Now, here's the thing that is new since the last video. The color chooser is now contextually available on the thumb. So I can use that to change the color of something while it's on my canvas panel. But I can also, by the way, trigger drops off of the canvas, can also drop it down and contextually use the color changer like that. You can use it just like this to change the color of an object. So that's pretty much the color that I want right there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a slightly more complicated shape here. So here we go. That's not quite right. There we go. That's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and drop with the trigger 1, 2 of these into the screen object area. Oh, but what happens if I accidentally drop? Well, what I can do is I can change my tool over to the eraser tool. Just plunge it right into this object and click to remove it. Now, an important thing to note is that while I'm doing this, the tool that I have loaded up on this top area of the controller, on the touchpad, I've been calling those facets. So the facet tool doesn't affect the contextual capabilities of the trigger tool. So trigger tool will still always draw when it's pointed at the canvas panel, and will always grab when plunged into an object. It's only the top button that changes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put these two things together to make a sort of a circle thing. Now, this is a cool feature that may or may not stick around, but at the moment, you can grab more than one object at a time, just like that. Now, a feature that is going to be coming pretty soon is going to be the ability to dupe and group to put together multiple objects, but we don't have that quite yet. Okay, so coming soon is dupe and group. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to clear my panel here again. I'm going to draw a nice circle, and I'm just going to make a long tube. Yeah, that seems right. Can anybody guess what I'm making just yet? Should be starting to get pretty obvious here. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to clear my panel. I'm going to show off another neat feature, which is, so far, I've only been drawing, you know what, let me change colors here to something that'll be more obvious. So far, I've only been drawing nice, swoopy curves. But you can also just as easily draw angular shapes by just dropping in a point and another point, and a third point to make something sort of spiky like that. That's not quite what I wanted, so let's try again. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Make it short. Okay, make that white. Now, one of the things that's really cool about StroodleDoodle is that you can work really fast once you know what you're doing. So I'm going to drop just an absolute ton of these into the world right here. I'm just going to start placing them all over this piranha plant here. Should definitely know what I'm doing now. If you call yourself a video game nerd and you don't know what this is, you should do some history. So here we go, just dropping a bunch of these. You can see really quickly this has gone from being sort of just like a Pac-Man shape into an iconic character from video game history. All right, and you know what I'm actually going to do? I know that I'm going to need a bunch of these in the future, so I'm going to actually just drop a couple of them over down here, and I'm going to clear my panel one more time. I'm going to make a stem for this guy. Just draw a little circle. That's a little too skinny. That's a little too fat. Perfect. Draw a little circle, give it a little bit of distance, a little depth. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, looks like yeah, I'll need 3 if I want to make this 3D printable, but it's way down in there. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show off one more tool. So of course, if I want to get back there to work around the backside of our lovely piranha plant here, I need to move. And the way that people generally do locomotion in VR to avoid VR sickness is to use a teleport tool. So you can see I have this lovely teleport beam that has this arc. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to teleport ever so slightly back to right here. So now that I'm back here, I can just grab onto these guys and submerge them right in here, just like I did on the front, and continue working on this. And of course, you can teleport large and vast distances by clicking over and over again the teleport beam in any direction. So it's theoretically feasible that you could make a very, very large model, even city-sized, using StroodleDoodle. Right now, you can't move up and down, but I'm working on some locomotion tricks that will make that possible. Okay, so I've completed my work back here. I'm just going to go ahead and teleport myself right back. All right, so one more finishing touch here, just real quick. Clear my panel. Make that really flat. Give this a really kind of almost yellowy color. Let's go darker. Yeah, that looks good. Stick some leaves right in there. All right, there you have it. Piranha plant in just a few minutes, made in 3D. Now, one of the really cool things about StroodleDoodle is that everything that you make in here is volumetric. So let me show you what I mean by that. So if you see even just this leaf which I made, which is absolutely as skinny as StroodleDoodle will let it go, everything in here has this nice thickness. And what that means is that this is, because it's manifold, or because it's sealed on all sides, this shape could be 3D printed. So that means that basically everything, unless you really try, that you make inside of StroodleDoodle can in fact be 3D printed. But how does one go about getting it out of StroodleDoodle? Well, the answer is you go to your export button and you just press export. So what I just did is I just sent this file, this model, straight up to my Sketchfab account. So StroodleDoodle comes set up so that when you hit the export button, it just works right out of the box. It'll automatically export this to the StroodleDoodle account on sketchfab.com. You can go there, you can find your model, you can copy and paste that link into your Facebook or whatever you want. But if you want to be able to download stuff and do more advanced work with it on Sketchfab, you can actually go and create your own Sketchfab account, grab an API key, and just drop it in the API key file inside the folder of StroodleDoodle, and then from then on, with one button push, you can export your files directly from StroodleDoodle right into Sketchfab. There is, of course, one more button here inside of StroodleDoodle, which is to start over, but I'm actually going to keep working on my little piranha plant here for a little while. So anyway, I'm Eric Newman. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.